B-Tatum Show. It's the B-Tatum. It's the B-Tatum Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, the B-Tatum Show.
It's the B-Tatum. It's the B-Tatum Show. It's the B-Tatum. It's the B-Tatum Show.
Welcome to the B-Tatum Show, ladies and gentlemen, and ladies.
It's the B-Tatum.
One day I'm gonna get my stuff together.
It's the B-Tatum Show. It's the B-Tatum. It's the B-Tatum Show.
Okay, now we can start. We got the theme song in there. Somebody asked me to play the theme song. Kobe asked me to play this theme song, and I said, okay, I will do it. So let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. And full disclosure, I wanted the title to say, I am afraid to raise my children in this country. And the keyboard, for some reason, is not working today. So the keyboard won't type out exactly what I want, but it works when I write the comments. Have no idea why it's doing it. But anyway, I wanted to say this because it's a legitimate fear that I have. I just watched Coming to America 2, and I thought it was a balanced movie. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was a balanced movie, but I just watched the movie and I see certain cues of social justice in it that makes me afraid for my two sons that are growing up in this country. It is boggling me at the stupidity, the ignorance, the evilness, the betrayal of our country by people in political positions. And that's why I came out with this shirt. Impeach your boy Joe Biden. Anyway, it is bothered me to see the direction of certain people. These pronouns, trans in sports, the oppression of Black people, evilness against Asian Americans. I mean, all of these things are ploys to divide our country. This is not rooted in love and in resilience in the American dream. These things are rooted in evilness and betrayal. I want people to understand that this is betrayal of our nation by the acts of these people. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I pray to God that things change, but unfortunately, I think that it is also in the realm of the will of God for things to continue to get worse. In the last days, things are going to get worse, and I don't know what they are going to be preaching and teaching by the time my son get up to age. I have a 10-year-old and I have a newborn, but my 10-year-old, they already trying to indoctrinate my 10-year-old. If I was not his father, if I wasn't in his life, he didn't know me, my son would be victimized in this system of indoctrination. I have caught his teachers on multiple occasions. Why? Only because when he comes with me, he does school with me. So I'm not there every day. He lives primarily with his mom. And that's I say that for another video. But when he's with me, normally he has to go to school. So he does a little online classes when he with me, and I be keeping my eyes on the prize. And on multiple occasions, I have heard his teachers be biased. And I guarantee you that if I were to sit in his classroom and confront his teachers and say, well, who are you guys talking about for Black History Month? Why are you not talking about these people, but you're talking about these individuals? Why are you telling these kids and pumping up political figures like AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? I was sitting in the room and his teacher was like, hey, what do you guys think about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? It's so cool that she was on a video game playing. And it's like, wait a minute, bruh. Why y'all talking about AOC, but you won't talk about nobody on the Republican side? You will never talk about anybody on the Republican side. I know. He gets an assignment home and they give him a category of people that he should research for Black History Month. They had rappers. I'm talking about for the modern people. They had a lot of modern people that were all liberals. They had no conservative people on there. Not one. That's my son is 10. He still got about 7 more years because he'll be 11 this year. He got about 7 more years of this. My newborn, and shout out to my baby, my newborn. Give him a round of applause. Newborn. He driving me up a wall, but I love him anyway. But imagine what he's going to be dealing with. Now, my wife and I, no way he going to public school. There's no way my son's going to public school. And if my son, Caden, was with me 100% of the time, and I'm even willing to pay for him to go to private school even with his mama, I'll pay for it. It's on record. I'll pay for it. He can go to private school. I don't want him going to public school. I don't want my son being indoctrinated. And the funny thing about my son, Caden, is he's incredibly a special kid because he's not falling into the trends of indoctrination. Even though he lives in an indoctrinated environment, he's not falling into that. And when I say environment, I mean in the state he lives in, the school he goes to, the people he around. Okay, he can be easily indoctrinated, but he's not. And I think that's the glory be to God. But I'm gonna say this because I don't want to scare people, but be mindful that these things are happening. Be mindful that it's a strategic plan in order to kill the next generation of thinkers. The next generation of thinkers. My wife and I are going to either homeschool our son or we're going to send him to the best private school that we can find. He's going to go to a private school, or we're going to do a combination of both. But he ain't going to no public school because this is run by the fowls of the government. Fowls, in the Bible, fowls are birds, but fowls to me are the evil. Maybe I should call them spoils, the spoils of the government, the evil people of the government that are doing this to our kids. This push, this strive for Black Lives Matter and the strive for racial injustice and white man bad and Donald Trump bad and all of these things are all bull crap. Let me use my cuss button. It's all bull. All of it. I'll be in Boise on the 30th or the 29th or 30th speaking at Boise. And I'm going to talk about these things. So if you live in Boise, Idaho, or you live anywhere near Idaho, I'll post on here the little flyers. But I'll be there for a Turning Point event. But I'm going to talk about these things because I feel like a lot of people are being deceived. They are being deceived to the fullest. Now, let me say this before, and I'm going to throw this in here, this little commercial break in here before too many people get on and off. Just know that the other day I did a live stream and I gave 30% off on the Officer Tatum store, 30% off. And because a man compelled me. He said, I wish I can buy your stuff, or I want to buy your stuff. I will buy your stuff, and I don't even have a job. And I said, I'm going to give the biggest discount I ever did. So that's what I did. Tonight is the last night. I'm just throwing it out there. And if you miss it, you missed it. Tonight is the last night. Once I get off of here, I may give it a couple hours. And when midnight strikes in Arizona time, the discount is over. I'm just saying. The whole people that had 3 days to just drain me. And people have been doing that, which is fine because God has put on my heart that, that discount was what I went with that day. And I feel like it's been an incredible blessing to people on my store. But anyway, back to the point. I had to do a commercial break. Back to the point at hand. It is, these people are just lying. I oftentimes wish that policing was racist. I wished that they were racist. And I know people probably say, oh man, what are you talking about, B. Tatum? I wish, oh yeah, somebody said, Pete, the discount code is Jesus Matters. Jesus Matters, one word. I wish that policing was racist. I wish that policing was racist. And the reason why I say that is because then if policing was actually racist, then we know that the efforts that are being put in place and all of this shenanigans will lead to a resolution. But the problem is that they are saying that policing is racist. They are pushing agendas that we will never see change because policing is not racist. So their agendas are not going to fix anything. And they're going to continue to perpetuate a lie to our death because it never was rooted in truth in the first place. Are there individuals, and I will say this until I pass out, are there individuals who are racist? Of course there are. Of course they are. Are there individuals in the police department that are racist? Yes, there are. Are there individuals in the justice system that are racist? They probably hate, but yes, there are. People hate other people. And if that wasn't true, then it would be no such thing as murder. People wouldn't be murdering each other every day. People inherently hate each other. And y'all hang on with the super chats. I'll get to them in a second. I promise I'm gonna read all of them. People inherently hate each other, or they begin to hate each other because of certain things that are done or certain wrongs that have been made, or people losing their mind and it don't come out. People that lose their mind don't come out in a good way. I've never seen a crazy person that was incredibly nice. That you like, dang, this dude is so crazy. He's radically nice. He just screams Jesus all day. And he just hugs people and he want to love people. You never see people that go crazy and they get nice. The people that lose their mind and go crazy and they start hearing voices, the voices never tell them positive stuff, at least that I've known. It's always murder and all this sort of stuff. So humans, and in my personal opinion, biblically, from the fall of Adam, humans are just crazy. You are never, hear me when I say this, look me in my eyes, you will never fix the condition of man. You will never fix it. No, I don't care what legislation, I don't care how much you praying, you are never going to fix the heart of humanity. Now, people in the humanity may get saved if they decide to follow Christ or whatever the case may be. But you're talking about humanity as a whole, it ain't happening. So all of this pushing to a united utopia is complete malarkey. It's bull, and it ain't never going to happen. But what they do in the grift of the government is they push a solution to a fake problem that they created. And once, they keep perpetuating the fake problem, they keep making solutions, and the problem keeps getting as fake as they want it to be. There is not an attack in this country against, what people. The people. Y'all know what people I'm talking about. Because I know that if I say it, they're going to be one ban me off of here. It is not an attack on these people. One man in his perverted mind made a decision to take action against a company, a corporation that he was a customer at, and decided he was going to go wipe it out. One man made one action that had nothing to do with race. But these people jump on it like it's going out of style. Somebody asked me, I know some people just joining, what are you afraid of? I'm afraid of raising children in this environment called America right now. When the president of the United States of America currently, our current president, is half dead. He's dead. And his mind is dead. His body just hadn't caught up yet. But his mind is dead. Biden's mind is dead. And next comes the body. And I can see it as sure as I'm on this live stream. Kamala Harris will become the first black female president. First female president. Kamala Harris will become the president. Why do you say that, Mr. Tatum? Because I knew it from the very beginning. When Joe Biden became the most popular president in United States history. Let me say it again for the people way in the back. The most popular president to ever walk planet Earth by far is Joe Biden. That's how I know Kamala Harris will be the president. He's falling and stumbling, not answering questions during press conferences. He is a bumbling idiot. How did he become the president of the United States of America. And majority of the people who voted for him have buyer's remorse. I know they do. Why do they have buyer's remorse, Mr. Tatum? It's because they were sold a mother lie. It was a lie. He wasn't for unity. He wasn't for peace. Trump wasn't responsible for the border and the kids in cages. It wasn't true. This knucklehead is now doing the very thing that they claim that the actual best president ever did. They're claiming that they claimed that he did. This is the claim. And what is Mr. Dum Dum McScrum doing? He's doing exactly what they told you he was coming to change. Gas prices your taxes are finna go out the roof. Social justice is going out of the roof. It's going out of the roof. And they're talking about taking away our Second Amendment rights. And they're not going to take it away. And hear me out. They are not going to take it away in a traditional sense. Like you don't put the frog in the boiling water while it's already at boiling point. You put him in there when it's comfortable. You heat it up over time. Let his body get acclimated. And before you know it, he's gone. Before he know it, he gone. Balling. In there. Balling. That's exactly what they're doing to rights in this country. Women's rights. The church. Our Second Amendment rights. Your freedoms. They're boiling you slowly. Us, because I'm in this too. They're boiling us slowly in a pot of demonic spiritual oils. Boiling us. Because the legislation that they're trying to push, are we want to register all of your firearms. Register all of them through the federal government. And you need to have insurance on all of your firearms. Insurance that you have to probably pay the government to have when you don't need it, but they want to make you do it. And then everybody in your household, and I did a video about this, HR 127. I did a video about this, and it went viral because it wasn't sexy. But another thing is that they want everybody in your household to get a evaluation. They want them to get a psychological evaluation, even if they don't own them, if they're in your household. How does that make sense? That is a slow boiling deterrent from people owning, people possessing, and they can get you on violating the law. It's slow. It's slow. They're not going to come out and just say, we're going to ban all these. They talk about it, but they'll pass some slow legislation that these Republicans, okay, we want to play nice. We want to be a part of the group. Can we be with you guys? We want to be friends. Can we do bipartisan? And then they bipartisan their way into robbing us of our constitutional rights. And I see somebody in the comment section said, God is in control. That's the scary part. That's the scary part. If you read your Bible, God being in control is the scary part. Because the Bible talks about in the last days, there's going to be great deception. There's going to be great calamity in the last days. Teachers are going to teach false doctrine and people are going to be lost. There's going to be a falling away. It's going to get worse according to the scripture. You don't believe in God, then you can believe whatever you want. And that'll be, if I didn't believe in God, I would believe everything's going to be okay. But I know that things are matriculating downhill. And that's why I'm afraid to raise my son in this country. And the reason why, to a certain degree, because I don't know if the people in power that we entrust have enough to get these things going. They have enough gall. I don't know if they have it. I don't know if they have it. Let me take a short read to some of these super chats so that it's not 1,000 of them at the end. I'm gonna read a super chats real fast, And then I'm gonna get back to what I was talking about. So stay tuned. Also, discount code on the Officer Tatum store. And this, I'm done tonight. 30% off was crazy when I did it. 30% off. Jesus Matters on the Officer Tatum store. Make sure you do it after the live stream. I'm gonna give it maybe a couple hours, and then I'm gonna cut it tonight. So if you're lucky enough to be on here tonight, you made it. You made it. Let's see, Brittany, thanks so much for the super chat. I'm mad as blank. They won't post my review on the App Store. So, that's another thing I forgot to tell people. I do have an app that we just released. You can get it on Apple and the Android device. You can get my app on, you just go to the App Store and download it. It's my YouTube channel. It has my store on it. We're going to end up trying to put in the news feed from Tatum Report on there, so you can get all things Tatum on the app. Just go on whenever you can. The Officer Tatum on the App Store. We have our app available. Thank you so much for bringing them out. Got a Christ Privilege shirt, headed my way, 100%. The Christ Privilege shirts will be probably, more than likely, they'll be shipped out on Wednesday or Thursday, because so many people have bought them that we got tons of them that we have to methodically go through. So on Wednesday, we're going to be shipping them out. So if you bought one, it's going to take just a little longer than normal. Normally, people get their stuff between 2 and 3, 4, maybe 5 days at most. But the Wednesday will be when the printing starts for the Christ Privilege shirts, because we had to print a whole batch of new ones because y'all sold us out. And we didn't want you to lose your opportunity. So we're going to print a new batch of them so you guys can have them. Okay. Have you been doing less regular live streams like these? I haven't got notifications. Yeah, I haven't been doing live streams a lot. And they probably haven't been notifying you guys. But my followership has gone up. My video content viewership has gone down. I don't know what YouTube is doing. Katie, thanks so much for the super chat. Part of me is afraid we're going to be South Africa soon with how people have been, people of my complexion are vilified. I want us to understand this. I'm for the people, right? I'm for everybody. I'm not picking a side. I'm not black, white. I happen to be black, but I'm not exclusively for the black man. I'm for everybody, man. I love people. I mean, because God told us to love our neighbors, and there is no color in the kingdom of God. There ain't no black and white, male, female, none of that. You go to heaven, you go to heaven, you go to heaven, or you don't. That color stuff don't matter to me. And one reason is, you forget the spiritual stuff. Let's not even talk about the spiritual stuff. Let's just talk about the fact that I have met people of all races that were cool, and I've met people of all races that are full of, and I cannot stand them. So that tells you right there, if you're a person with processed thinking, that you cannot blanket statement one race or the other. There's dummies in every race, and there's good people in every race. So when it comes down to the racial stuff, I don't care about that stuff. But what I do see is, I know my history and I see the future. And I'm not acting like I'm some prophet or something, but I can see what's going on. I took Africana studies in college. When I was at the University of Arizona, I took Africana studies. That means I studied African-American history. I studied African-American literature all the way through. I took all of the classes, maybe one I didn't take. But I studied it, and I saw how black people were treated in America in some instances. I saw what slavery did and how people were treated and all that stuff. And I see now, and I can see the prejudice and the evilness then, but I see the same sentiment in the 21st century moving towards white people. It is getting worse and worse and worse every year. I mean, every day. The vilification of white people is out of control. It's out of control. I can say the same thing on my channel. I can say the very same thing that a white person says. They will get banned and get canceled, and nobody would ever say anything to me. Black people can have a channel where they hate white people every day. The channel can be called I Hate White People. The channel can be called that. And YouTube will let them run the channel. I almost want to create a channel that says that I hate white people and see how long it takes YouTube to take it down. They probably won't. If I get on there and complain and say I'm a victim of racism and slavery, they will keep my channel running forever. They will never take it down. Racism. They don't give up about black people when they lose their lives. They don't care. Black people don't matter unless you're being taken out by a white person. If a black cop do something to a black man, it ain't gonna probably ever make the news. If a black man do something to a white person and the black man is a cop, it will never make the news. The guy Tipton, I think Tony Temper, he was smothered by police in a fashion worse than George Floyd, in my opinion. Look up Tony Temper. I need to do a video about it. I was going to do one way back then, but I got to do one now because people still don't know what I'm talking about. They smothered him. They laughed at him. They mocked him. And while he died, it was gruesome. And I know those cops, and I could tell that they weren't trying to do that. They messed up. They didn't think he was serious. They didn't take him serious. Even in his death, they didn't take him serious. Tony Temper died in a miserable way. He's white, so nobody cares. It didn't make the news. Nobody even know who I'm talking about right now. Some of y'all do. Y'all pretty privy. Don't even know what I'm talking about now. However, a thugged out gangbanger, and mind you, Tony Temper called the police for himself because he was feeling schizophrenic and he felt like he was a danger to himself. So he called the police on himself, seeking help. George Floyd didn't do that. George Floyd was a lifelong criminal. George Floyd has been painted as a saint. And I'm not saying the man deserved to die. I'm not God. God is the only person that can say you deserve it or you don't deserve it. All I can do is tell you if what your actions did led to your death. God gave me the ability to see how your actions led to your death. I can see it. And he did everything in his power to lead down the path of destruction, in my personal opinion. First thing you do to lead yourself down a path of destruction is that you use fake money at a store. I know, my 10-year-old knows that's illegal. And you know what happens when you do illegal activity? People call the police on you. There's an agency called the police department. And if you live in the county, there's the sheriff deputies. And if you live in the city, the municipality, there are police officers. And they're going to call the police on your if you get in there breaking the law. You break the law and they show up. You know what? Your strike one is that they had to come to your call. Strike two is then when you start resisting arrest like a dumb. That was a bad cuss insert, but y'all know what I mean. When you start resisting arrest and doing all that, you're strike two. And then when you get to resisting to the point in which they have to use force against you and you still don't stop, you still keep fighting, you pull a gun out, you do whatever you're doing, that's strike three. And even if the cops are wrong, I don't care. I don't care about your life after that. I don't care about your life. Maybe God does. I don't care about your life. Your life has nothing to do with me at that point. When you didn't got the strike three, I don't care. The police, they can go to prison too, but I definitely don't care about you. You do not become a martyr because you died at the hands of bad police when you instigated. My hands are off. I'm like, hey, too bad. And that goes for my family members. And I got people doing life in prison. That's my family that I love, doing life in prison or doing a long time in prison, not life. Well, let me take that back. I got family doing life in prison. I don't talk to them. And they're not for any reason, but I'm just not close to them. They doing life in prison. They did some stuff they shouldn't have done. I never was close to them. However, I have family doing a lot of time in prison that I love and I've communicated with consistently. And it just threw me off. I was talking about Tony Temper. But even if my family members go and do something stupid, I'm not getting on. I'm not making a video about you. You're gonna be a video. You're gonna be a video where I'm telling that you did something wrong. My uncle robbed. He's my great uncle. He robbed a convenience store. My grandma got it on tape right now. She taped it. He robbed a convenience store. Shot the man in the face. He tried to shoot the man with a pump shotgun, but the guy ducked. Thank God. He steals the register. He runs out. I think he had the police on high-speed chase. He throw the register out in the hood somewhere. People picking up money on the ground. He got life. And I'm not going to disclose other things, but he probably deserved life for that and other stuff he's done. Even stuff that people don't know he did, that I know he did, or at least family know he did, that will put you in prison, probably get you to chair. He's doing life. I'm not finna get on no video and be like, you know what, my uncle was a good man. He was turning his life around. He had just started a new job and he gonna turn his life around. That was his last robbery. armed robbery. He wasn't even trying to shoot nobody. Because if he was trying to shoot somebody, he would have shot him. He wasn't even trying to shoot nobody. That's his last robbery. They could have let him go. He ain't even had no money to eat nothing. So that's why he was robbing. That's how you look to me when you say stuff like that. Dumb. I would got on that thing and said he was wrong. Why he doing that, I don't know. Go get a job. In my family member, you get anybody. You start resisting arrest, I may not make a video about you, but I'm so not gonna defend you. I tell you that. You my family member. I may not. I'm gonna act like I ain't see it, but I ain't gonna make no video defending you. You must be smoking crack because you wrong. Anyway, let me get to some super chats real quick and why people are on here. The beginning of this video is the reason why I am afraid. It's supposed to be I'm afraid to raise my kids in America. My keyboard don't work right. But because of the climate in America makes me afraid. I'm answering super chats right now. And the discount code 30% is going to be done tonight, midnight. I'm cutting it off. Midnight my time. I'm in Arizona. So Google that, figure out what midnight is. Which 11 o'clock East Coast, West Coast, I think. Jesus Matters, 30% off. I'm done after tonight. So you better take advantage of it or forever hold your peace. We got a bunch of new merch on there, like impeach your boy Biden. We got flags on there. All right. I had to give him a little promo there, but let's move on. My daughter's school had Cardi B bio on display in the library. Cardi B bio in the. Let me explain something real quick. Thank you for segueing me into the Cardi B sphere. First of all, Candace Owens robbed Cardi B's spirit from her body. I have never seen somebody get worked like Cardi B get worked every time she try to argue with Candace Owens. I don't know. I had to ask Candace, are you sure Cardi B isn't on your staff? Because every time you launch something, Cardi B wants to get served by you. She's like, serve me, embarrass me in front of the world. Let me make you famous, Candace. That's what I told her. I said, because she promoting your book. She promoting everything. I need to get in there. I need to talk straight to Cardi B. Maybe Cardi B can be on my staff. But Candace Owens is spanking Cardi B like I got spanked that time I didn't wash them dishes like I was supposed to. Oh, no. The time I got a spanking when I had Darius over the house and my daddy said don't have nobody over the house when I'm at work, and I forgot, and I brought Darius over because we were playing video games, and my daddy came home and said, Brandon, I'll tell you don't bring nobody over the house. I don't care about the Darius. He got the belt. Darius, you got to go home, and I got my butt toe up. Candace is whooping Cardi like that. Pow, pow. Spanking her like she a kid. Cardi B, and I'm just gonna say this in all truthfulness. I know I'm kind of being funny here, but in all truthfulness, Cardi B really wants to be Candace Owens. That is my honest to God feeling. I'm not even saying that to be funny. Cardi B wants a life like Candace Owens. I grew up around gangsters. I grew up around people who are poor, roaches in the house. I've been around all of this. I know what it's like to be in that environment and then go to an environment where you're making money and your life change. I could imagine Cardi B coming from the gutter, stripping and robbing people, is her own admissions, and becoming rich, but you never can attain richness in your lifestyle. You're still the same dumb ghetto person you was when you were poor. And Cardi B sees Candace Owens, a young, beautiful woman that's probably around the same age as Cardi B, that she's smart, she's articulate, she's bold, and she's married. She has a child by what appears to be a good husband. Now I know George, and he a great dude. He a great dude. Cool, one of the coolest dudes I know. So now by her husband, a great husband, and Cardi over here talking about the WAP when whatever she called in the WAP ain't whopping it enough that her man then cheated on her. So she out here saying she got the WAP and Whopper Juniors, and she ain't doing the WAP ain't working. I don't know what happened to you. So got a flat tire or something because your man cheated on you. Candace is happily married. You unhappily divorced or single. She wants to be like Candace. She wants to have that revolution. Now, I'm in full favor of her getting saved and stuff. I'm full of her getting saved, coming to Christ, changing her life. I would love for her to do that. I would support her in doing that. But she trying to throw shade at my girl Candace, so I gotta flex on her. So hey, it's us against you now. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem with Candace, you got a problem with me. So, but that Whopper, that she must got the Whop Light. She must got Diet Whop. What they call it? What's another one? 0 calorie Whop. She must got that. I'm trying to think of a term. She needs some WD-40 on that Whop. Let me stop saying it for some kids figure out what I'm talking about. That Whop ain't. I don't know. It ain't working. You didn't pay the electric bill. Got the Whop turned off. I don't know what happened to you, but you whopping, talking about you really got this and you got that and you doing it and you got dudes doing this, you got dudes doing this, and you ain't got it like that. And let me say this, and I know I'm raw and uncut. So if your kid should be in bed by this point. If the most people that's talking about it like that, they normally ain't got it. Somebody said keto Whop, vegan Whop. She got the sugar-free Whop. She got the the vegan Whop. She got the what's that thing called? The unlimited or ultimate unbelievable. What is it called at Whopper, Burger King or the Whopper? That's vegan. It's like it's all vegan. It's not real meat in it. I forget what it's called. The unbelievable or something. I don't know what it's called. She got the I can't even think of the name of it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Whopless. She got the Whopless. The Whopper. She got the handicap Whopper. You pull up. She got a handicap sign for her Whopper. Handicap. Impossible Whop. She got the impossible Whop. It ain't real. It ain't real. She got the somebody said something. Let me get off here for somebody to find out what I'm talking about. Let me see. What somebody cold cut. She got them cold cuts. Somebody said something that was funny and I missed it. God dang it. Somebody said she got the desert Whop. Anyway, regardless, she need to chill out, running her mouth about all that. And she know it ain't getting her nowhere. Let me finish these super chats. Okay, Ross, thanks so much for the super chat. If Jesus were alive today, I swear, somebody said he'll swear to God, they'd have him canceled. Rapper Tom McDonald said. Let me tell y'all something. They would. Jesus, let me talk about Jesus just for a little bit. I'm not gonna go too far because I don't want to talk about religion too much. Let me just talk about Jesus real quick. Jesus was very controversial. Jesus was very against the grain. Jesus got killed because he was against the system, the complacency of the Pharisees, the complacency of the Jews. The mainstream thought process was not Jesus. He wasn't going along to get along. They killed him because they could not stand the fact that he was telling the truth. He was keeping it 100, and they were hurt because they've been living a lie, and they claimed to know God, and they did not know God because Jesus was proving that they didn't know God because they didn't know the scripture. They didn't know application. They didn't even know who he was. They didn't know God, and they swear that they knew God, and they had the ultimate perception of society. We are the wise ones. Jesus had to come in there and tear it all down. Then they had to kill him, and God rose him on the third day. And I'm gonna start. I don't want to start preaching up in here, and I'm not gonna get into that because that's what preachers do. This is when you go to some of these churches, that's what they do. They'll turn that into a sermon. He rose on the third day. They're just like your problems. You know what I'm saying? Your problem. God will raise your problems up on the third day. All right, but anyway. So stop. They better stop talking like Jesus would have been accepted. Jesus was very controversial. Jesus was communicating with women that he wasn't supposed to be talking to. He was calling people out on a mess. And that wasn't law. That wasn't typical. That wasn't the way the government worked. And they killed him. At least they thought they killed him. But he couldn't stay in that grave too long. He rose. So anyway, let me keep going. They the count. And I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna say this, and I'm through. I promise. The church would counsel Jesus today. If Jesus went to 90% of these churches out here, they wouldn't even want to talk. He couldn't even be in the church. They'll call him a heretic. Jesus come in there and tell you what the law says about marriage, about murder. They kick him out of the church. You a heretic. You a heretic. Because they be making Jesus out to be somebody he never was. Anyway, let me keep going. Capitalism. Let's go. I'm calling out the Asian community. Calling out to the Asian community. Let's see. God laid this on my heart to share today. Please share a song by Tom McDonald called Castles with your audience. I don't think a song has ever moved me like that. Here's $10. God bless. Vasikins. I could be saying that totally wrong. God, don't charge it to my head, not my heart. I'm gonna play that song, Castles. I'm gonna play the song live tonight. I'm gonna play the song and hear it. Okay, dang it, the super chats jumped. I promise I'm gonna read through them. Let's see. Somebody else said Tom McDonald, C-Lo World, Clown World explained it all. Wouldn't let me send it actually spelled correctly. Oh yeah, that's weird. That's weird that they wouldn't do that. But I made a video about Clown World. So you can see kind of my perception of that video. Let's see. Joe Davis said, thank you for telling the truth. You inspire me to speak knowledge and help others every day about what's going on in our nation today. I appreciate you, brother. Somebody give him a round of applause. That's a loud clap. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. You make, y'all the reason that I do this stuff. Let's see. True Sound. Thanks so much for joining the Tatum Squad. And thank whoever else joined the Tatum Squad. I think True Sound was one. I'll catch the other person in a minute. 100% agree. My hubby wants one more. Mind you, I have 3 daughters, 17, 15, and 9. But I can't fathom raising a child during these times. Please know your words speak volumes. God bless you. Thank you, Angela. If I had to, now I'm not, I don't mean to be, see, no, I'm not God. So pray, you need to talk to God, not you, Angela, because I know we on the same page. But anybody else thinking about this, you need to pray to God if you need to have kids. Don't listen to Brandon Tatum. But I don't want to raise no more kids in this. My last son is the last one. I'm not raising no more kids in this environment. No more, ever again. I don't want no more kids. This I can handle myself. I can take care of my last 2 kids. I can't do no more. This country is so messed up, and it's only going downhill. I can't believe so many people are deceived. That's the part that kills me. In the church, outside of the church, people are just so deceived, and they're easily deceived. It's easy. Anyway, let me get a couple of super chat. Women bow out of sports. Don't let trans athletes make a mockery of you. 100%. Who did that? Somebody give him a round of applause. I may even give you a bad boy. What you gonna do? All right. Round of applause to you. Women should rebel in sports. If they put a trans person into a woman's sport, everybody forfeit. Walk out. Don't compete. That ain't right. And if I was a trans person, I would be okay with them having another category. I would even demand that they have a category for trans people. Or I would say, I guess I can't play sports anymore. Or maybe I'll just be a man until I can't play sports anymore. And then I turn into a girl like Jenner did. Jenner, what is his name? Bruce Jenner. Do it that way. But how dare you? How dare you? How dare you manipulate yourself in a situation where you know you have an advantage and you beat these girls like they stole something? You should be ashamed of yourself. Any person who takes advantage of another person when you know what you're doing ain't right, You should be ashamed of yourself. You should repent and turn from your wickedness. Any man that turn into a woman, you live in America, that's totally fine. Turn into whatever you want to turn into. But when you take your to these women's sports, and you know for a fact when you was warming up and when you were training that you was going to beat the living out of these girls, you knew. And you knew you were going to do that because you were a man. And now you're changing to be a woman. You were a man your whole life. And you still a man. And you know you're a man. But you want to identify as a woman. And in America, you can do that. But when you start going and competing against women and beating them down and hurting their feelings and watching them cry because they lost to your sorry, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm trying not to get loud. My baby in there trying to sleep. You should be ashamed of yourself. It makes my blood boil that these men, 6'5", 220 pounds, dunking on women and they're happy. Yeah, I'm a woman. I'm a woman now. See? With my belt. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. Just live peacefully within your reality. Don't force nobody into your reality. If you want to be trans, I don't care. I tell this story every time I come on here. And I'm not against anybody what you want to be. As long as you ain't mess with me, I don't care what you do. You do whatever you want to do. Be happy. I don't care what they got to do with me. I saw a person who you tell they a trans person up at the my wife at the thrift store. Clearly a dude, big old hand bigger than mine, big old head, big jaw, skinny, but you could tell it's a man, right? Dressing like a girl. Man, I said she, I called her she, I called him she, or whatever. I ain't got no fight in it. I ain't got no, you want to be a girl, you trying to look like a girl, I respect you on that. But if I had to tell my son, I'm gonna have to tell him you're a man, but you want to be a girl. So I respect your little pronouns and stuff, but I don't have to, but I'm just doing it because I don't want to embarrass you in the store right now because that ain't your heart. You just being you. And I'm just going to be all right because you ain't hurt me. Now, if you tell me, how dare you not call me a woman? Then you lost it. I'm going to be like, well, screw you. Now you're a man. Dude, get this order right. Or I'm going to come back there and whoop you like a man. No, I wouldn't do that. I'm just joking. Now, anyway, I did do the little pronoun thing because it don't bother me. Just be respectful to people, man. And if somebody came back and said, sir, can you do this? You know, you may hurt your feelings, but you need to understand that everybody not going to accept you. That's just like me. I make these videos and whatever. People don't like me. Some people don't like me. They don't accept me. Do I get mad? Yes, sometimes it bothers me a little bit, but I'm not gonna go on a limb and say, oh, I'm not gonna make a channel anymore because I'm getting oppressed. People threaten me sometimes. Now they don't want that smoke, but they threaten me anyway. I don't know what pills they doing, but they threaten me. Anyway, let me keep going. Let's see. I was raised in racist environment, broke the chains and raised sons right. And college messed me up. Raised son right and college messed him up. So this person said they were raised in a racist environment, broke the chains, raised the son right, and then college just took him for college to mess you up, man. Look, my son, I want my son to go to college to play sports. If he end up being like a baseball player and he don't have to go to college, he go straight to the league and make millions of dollars, I will tell him never go to college. Don't ever go. Don't waste your money, your time, effort, and energy. Don't ever go to college. It's a waste of time. I went to college and they were just talking. I don't even remember that stuff, half of it. I don't remember that stuff. It was free though, so I didn't care. I didn't have to. My master's degree, I remember most of it. I paid for it, but don't mind me. Angel's Envy. I should be a spokesperson for Angel's Envy. It's the best whiskey I ever tasted. It's the best whiskey I've ever tasted is Angel Envy. Don't go buy Angel's Envy without going through me. I'm just playing. I don't even have no connection with them. Anyway, if you're a Christian and you are alive to see the Antichrist, then you probably weren't as Christian as you thought. Bible says rapture will come before Antichrist. That's kind of funny. I'm afraid to share my name. Thank you for the super chat, Stephen or Stephen. I don't know how you say it. Thank you for the message and the discount. My girlfriend's son is a cop, and unfortunately, your Blue Lives Matter shirt was sold out preach the truth. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we will have those available. Just put your name on the email. If anything on my store is sold out because people are buying it up, anything, which is a good thing, but anything that's sold out, go on there, click the notify me when restocked. And as soon as we restock it, you'll be notified immediately. You'll be the first one to know. Then you can just go on and buy it before it sells out again. But that's the thing when you have a popular store and then you are supplying all the merch yourself. And it's, you know, sometimes we sell out, but we get it. It takes about a week to restock or so, and we'll have it ready for you. So woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Amen and amen. That's Bible. That's Bible right there. I had somebody give a crazy super chat, and I want to jump to that super chat real quick before they get off here. Our happy place. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Looks like you got a beautiful little family there in the picture. I don't fully understand myself. How on earth can I expect everyone else to? 100%. Somebody come around with that. I even got the lights. God bless you, sir. I think it's a man. But no, 100%. I think that's some great advice people need to realize. Therefore, you can have compassion for other people. And if people were more compassionate, I think we'll have a better country, in my personal opinion. The devil hijacked the White House, and we are the hostages. God protect us and help us all. Now, I think the people in the kingdom of God are good. The country, not so much. Remember the old days in school when nobody cared, right? We used to say all kind of stuff in school. We used to say all kind of stuff on the police department. I'm going to tell this story on the police department because I told it, somebody didn't laugh that much. And I was like, dang, that person must have thought this was racist. Me and my friend, Colin, we were really good friends. We bakered together. Baker mean we rode together as a two-man unit. We were cool, man. I knew I met his wife. He used to cook pigs in the underground. He lived out in the country. He was a country hillbilly. And then I'm this black dude from the inner city. I'm an inner city black dude. We had banter all the time. I would call him stereotypical hillbilly stuff. He would call me stereotypical black stuff. And we used to share and bring food for the squad. Everybody alternates food for the squad. So he ended up one-upping me pretty much. He brought fried chicken. He brought Kool-Aid. He brought watermelon and everything. And everybody thought it was funny because everybody know that we banter. Of course, everybody in there love Kool-Aid, watermelon, and everybody love that stuff. It's not a big deal. But nowadays, he would have got fired. Somebody came to me. Let me tell you how whack people begin to get. Somebody came to me and was like, hey, man, are you okay? And I'm like, for what? Hey, man, that was really a lot. Are you okay? I'm like, bro, what do you think I'm made of feathers? Bro, I don't care. I mean, even if he was racist, I'll just get it. I'll talk to him and I'll grab by his shirt. If the man was a racist, I'll grab him by his shirt and say, bro, if you ever do something like this again, I'm going to break your in half and hand it to your wife. That's what I will tell him. I'm not going to go and nag to the captain and I'm oppressed. I'm going to go to the media. Can you help me? There's racism on the police department. I'm going to grab that dude by his neck and say, bro, I will break you in half if you ever do something like that again. I ain't the one. Then go over there and cry in the corner, and next time you won't do that again, right? Okay, that's what I thought. That's all you got to do. What you crying for? What you going to the media for? What you writing a book for? You don't write a book about racism when you were too soft to address these people, so you want to write a book about it. Now, I ain't going to get you wrong. You write a book if you want, but don't be a coward and then want to talk about policing in America when you were a coward. Let's see. Thank you for your information. I'm afraid also, and thank God I'm not raising a child in this world. God bless you and everyone with young children. Amen and amen. I'll start with Trevor Martin and Barack Obama. I'll start it with Trayvon Martin. Okay, Trayvon has got a Y in it, but Trayvon Martin and Barack Obama, 100%. It didn't start there. It was the flame was engulfed with Dummy McDumdum and Trayvon Martin. And I think Trayvon Martin was a sad situation, but Barack Obama didn't help it. He fanned the flames on the fire. Anyway, while y'all on here, I'm just for the fairness of people who just joined, discount code is Jesus Matters, 30% off of my store, which I'm probably never going to do again. I never say never, but I'm probably not going to do that again. 30% off on the Officer Tatum store. run it up until midnight my time, which is I think I got my 3 more hours before midnight. So midnight my time, I'm gonna end it. So you better go buy tonight. Hope you got your check. 30% ain't happening again. I'm looking at them numbers and they looking real scary. But that dude, I forget who he was. He really struck my heart and made me push myself and say, we're gonna give 30% off, because he said he didn't even have a job. Now, if I could find him, I'll give him whatever he wants for free. I'll give him a shirt, because that really caused me to do 30% off. I really felt like, man, that was deep. And I wanted to thank him and everybody else who supports. So let's see. Mayo, bless you. When I live in China, kids openly mock me in the streets. I laughed in 2008. Now I live in North America and I'm seeing the same vilification, 100%. Let's see. Thank you for talking about Tony Tempa. The video is tragic and nobody gave a rat behind about it. The country is on a slippery slope. 100%. 100% it is. It just is. Denise, thanks so much for the super chat. Giovanni, thanks so much for joining the Tatum Squad. I appreciate y'all joining the Tatum Squad. Elizabeth, my dad would say, if you get arrested, you better not call me for help. I don't know you. That you probably grew up great. Your daddy was a smart person. My son, like I'm telling y'all, son, like I don't know how people do this. If my son, which is my oldest, because my baby has got a long way to go before he can even be culpable of a crime. My 10-year-old can go to jail right now if he committed a crime. 8 years old is the culpable mental state age. The culpable age, they call it the culpable mental state in the state of Arizona. But age 8, you're culpable of crime, meaning that you have the understanding and knowledge of what you're doing. And at 8 years old, you can go to jail. You go to kiddie jail, right? They're not going to charge you as an adult. You're going to charge you as a juvie. You can go to juvenile, little jail. And I almost went to jail when I was 9. I was 8. I think I was 8. I wasn't 9 yet. I was 8. I almost went to jail. I was 8 or 9. I can't remember now, but I almost went to jail. They were going to take me to juvie for a year. We got busted in the vacant house smoking weed. And that's in my book, by the way. So the book is coming out soon. Let me get to this song real quick. I'm gonna read all the super chats and then I'm gonna finish it with Tom McDonald's song. Let me get to some of these super chats. So people watching, read Color, Communism, and Common Sense. It shows that Dems don't care about the black America and never will, but love Russia, 100%. Cardi B said numerous times in an interview that she isn't happy. The money helps out with the bills, but her personal life is toxic and miserable. 100%. 100%. I can see that. I know. People probably don't know this about me because I haven't always been Mr. Tatum, this God-fearing, happy man. I was around a lot of violence and craziness. And even though my parents weren't poor, some of my family members were poor. And I used to be around them, stay the night at their house, and I used to watch the turmoil of what they were going through. I used to see it with my own eyes. Some family members that I got have died. Drugs and drugs leading to a fire, potentially, which led to death. And some of my families are in prison for life. Like all of those things happen. So I know what it's like to be poor, broke down, dusted, and disgusted. I know what that feeling is like. I know the hopelessness. I saw it with my own eyes. And so I know just money ain't gonna fix that. You need Jesus. Anyway, Impossible Burger. Thank you for the super chat. I think I waited too late to answer that. Vegan wop with extra onions. Extra onions. I could say with fish on it. Anyway, the USCL, I don't know. I don't even know what that means. Thank you for the super chat, though. Is that supposed to be interpreted with some emojis? I don't know what that is. Somebody help me out. I'm probably ignorant to this. Can blank elections with a few clicks flooding in people with no loyalty to America, amassing an army who will do anything for money or benefits. Oh, that was a good one. Dang it, skipped off the screen. Dang it. Y'all got a bunch of these, man. Let me keep going. fishy wop. She got the sushi wop. Let's see. I see a broken, miserable woman in Cardi B. She needs our prayers. I hope someone she respects reach out to help her seeking redemption. 100%. I agree. She got this super chat is funny. I wish I could put it on the screen. Says she got the AliExpress wop. She got the AliExpress from China. She got the AliExpress wop. Oh my God, that was the funniest one. That is the funniest one I've seen, the AliExpress wop. What's up, bro? How's it been? I appreciate it. Chance Dotson, thanks so much for the super chat. Keep doing what you do, boss. This is you break it down. Okay, that's supposed to be break. You break it down in a way that anyone can grasp. 100%, man. I think God gave me that gift to just keep it real. Andrew Lamb, I'm a white college student, and I don't know what to do when I hear leftist rhetoric from students and professors. Do you have advice? Come back with conservative rhetoric with knowledge and understanding. That's what I will tell you to do. Come back with conservative ideals, with facts. The best way to argue with people or debate people or whatever the case may be is just ask questions, right? Be the dummy in the room, quote unquote, right? So when they come with this leftist agenda, just be make it very simplistic. Say, well, what about this? Well, how about this? Well, wasn't this true? Well, didn't this say this? Well, isn't Margaret Sanger a eugenicist? Wasn't she racist? And then you begin to ask people questions, rhetorical questions, and they have to answer them. And if they don't have the answer for them, you won. I mean, that's the way I think. So, hey, Officer Tatum, do you think the Second Amendment or the second coming of Christ is coming soon? If so, how soon? I don't know. Jesus didn't even know when he's coming back. So I definitely don't know. I think it's coming, but they thought it was coming when Jesus had died. When the apostles was alive, they thought that the end was coming. You know, I even think that they thought that was the end time. When Jesus was alive, the apostles and them were thinking that right around there was the end, like it was coming soon. That was 2,000 years ago. So, I mean, I don't know. I think it's coming soon, but everybody think it's coming soon, and you just better be ready because you don't never know. The Bible said Jesus is gonna come back like a thief in the night, and you know you don't never catch a thief in the night. You can't change what you're born as. That's called self mutilation. 100%. Let's see. Parents should protest trans kids in female sports. 100% protest that stupid stuff. Have some fair. Stand up for your doggone kids, man. They should have their own sports and own bathrooms. 100%. I mean, I would say they should have their own sports, and maybe they can designate a particular place for them to go to the restroom or whatever the case may be. Because I think it's a waste of money to create a whole nother bathroom for them to some degree. But maybe that's appropriate. Maybe that's appropriate in our society. I'd rather them do that than to force them to go into bathrooms with other people. It's just not. This not fair to everybody. You talk about fairness. That's not fair. Biden wants our, you know what's, just put them upstairs. Noah said Biden wants your guns, just put them upstairs. He gonna die trying to get them. I just want to know how the next election is going to go. Me too. Will we allow them to keep cheating or destroying our laws and do things the right way? What happens if they do the same as next time? We're screwed. If I think it, I'm not saying that they stole the election. I'm not saying that, YouTube. I never said that out of my mouth right now after y'all didn't say it, y'all banned me. I'm not saying that. But if they do the same thing and these two elections are congruent, then we have a problem. That's what I will say. Let me say this. Hey, man, love your videos. I have some left-leaning friends. I love them to death. But, man, when we get into politics, they make my head hurt. Yeah, because they ain't. It's two people in the world. It's people who are informed, who are enlightened, and it's people who are not. And that's just what it is. People on the left are typically not enlightened. And they think they are, but they're not. If you believe in these Democrats, it's no way you know what's going on. You just don't know what's going on. Blank college, we need more people in trade. 100%. Trade school are 1,000% better than elite colleges. 100%. Has HR 127 been put in place? No, it hasn't. I don't really understand the process too much and hope to move to Texas or New Hampshire in a few years due to income tax and gun laws. I'll be a first time gun owner then. 100%. Get you one to protect your family. HR 127 has to pass the House, which I think that they've introduced it in the House. Dummy McDumdum, Sheila Jackson Lee introduced the bill in the House. It has to pass the House, and then it'll be up for a vote in the Senate. And then the president has, if it passed the Senate, which it won't, the president will write it into law. My grandmother was mad at me one time. She says to me, the world revolves around something big and shiny, and it ain't your butt. Get over yourself. That's funny. Remember when Archie Bunker and George Jefferson were the most popular characters on TV? They wouldn't be allowed on TV today. 100%. I got a few more super chats, and then I'm gonna get to that song, and then we're gonna bounce. All right. This is she got the in and out wop. Ooh, that's nasty. We need to learn from history. 100%. Thank you for being the alternate voice in America. Why does Tyler Perry own a White House replica in Atlanta? Why does Tyler Perry own a White House replica in Atlanta? I wonder if those White House blackouts at 11 p.m. is a hint where Joe Biden basement's chilling. Where Joe Biden is basement chilling. 100%. Let's see, Kimberly. I miss you, Kimberly. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for coming on here. Please watch Eric Metaxas interview with Jack Maxey. He verified Hunter Biden's laptop as legit. We are in more trouble than I realized. Implicated Joe. I hope so. I hope that God they find the truth in what's going on. It's time we rise up. Stop standing for this nonsense. 100%. Say no to the Communist Democratic Party. 100%. Tatum, look up how one of the top rabbis in Israel has claimed he's found their Messiah and will reveal him to the world soon. Always look at Israel. Yeah. Let's see. What do you think about the Newsom recall in California? I hope that it actually goes into effect and they get his dirty out of there. And I think if they do, that will set the precedent for every politician moving forward, is that people are not taking your stuff. If you keep messing around, they're going to get you out of there. Here's some money for the money I saved by shopping on your store, on your merch store today. Thank you. Money back, huh? Money back guaranteed. Let's see, bought several shirts from you using your code, both for myself and to add as part of the wedding gift for my best friend. I'm glad to support you, brother. Hey, I appreciate it, man. That 30% off should work really good. I was looking at them discount numbers. I'm like, God dang, y'all giving away candy. He was getting $40, $50 off. Dang. I was prepared to vote for anyone but I was prepared to vote for anyone but Trump, but the outlandish corruption of the left changed my mind. I live in Tucson and wish you were still a member of TPD. Me too, man. I miss TPD. I need to go down and do a ride along, man. I do a tweet along. I'll tweet while I'm doing a ride along. Martin Luther King will be very disappointed to see how far we have strayed from his vision. 100%, man. He died in vain at this point. Martin Luther King died in vain because we are, as a country, our leadership is messed up. Let me do this video because I hear my baby down there screaming. I know my wife got it under control, but I don't like to leave her by herself with the baby because he drives me crazy, and I know he probably drives his mama just a little crazy. See, women have more patience than men. Like I would hold my son, but I'm mad when he's doing all that. I'm mad. I ain't gonna lie. I'm mad. I'm like, God, why did you make babies cry so much? I want to just put him down and say, just go to sleep. Just cry, because I'm tired of holding you crying in my ear like this. But I can't. But I do know with experience with my other sons that they grow out of it and they're cool. But while they're little babies, man, they pooping and crying and you don't know what's wrong. You're like, why are you crying? Why are you crying? You crying? You hungry? I try to feed you. You don't want to eat. I try to burp you. You won't let me burp you because you're so hungry that you can't. Then you don't want to eat when I feed you. Then I'll put the pacifier in your mouth. You take it today, but tomorrow you ain't gonna take it. Then you poop come out of the diaper. He pooped today and it sprayed off the table on the floor. Now I felt bad for him because it must have been balling up in him. But that little he just barely over a month, and he went and poop flew on my hand. It hit the floor. It flew off the diaper. I'm like, God, dang, you too little to be for your poops to be that bad. And I almost threw up. Now let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something before I move on. Somebody said I missed the super chat. No, I did not read your super chat. Maybe I'll go back and try to find it. I have seen people that have been deceased for a week, months. I have seen gnarly dead people. Never did I almost throw up. Only time I've ever almost threw up was twice in my police career. And I've seen people decapitated and everything. I've seen nasty stuff. One was a drunk dude that he got so drunk in the movie theater, he's sitting on a bench, he pooped himself. I mean, diarrhea pooped himself. He was laying on it and he was drunk. So that alcohol, that Bacardi alcohol smell plus poop, that mix is a throw up waiting to happen. Let me just say 3 times I almost threw up. That was one. When I was a rookie, they made me deal with this one lady. She passed away, which I don't know how she was ever alive that long, because she would poop herself. She was so drunk, she would poop herself, but she was wrapped in a blanket. And so as a rookie, in order to make fun of me, they made me go and do a contact with her. And then we had to take her home. And she was so nasty and that we had to have the windows rolled down. And I literally drove the police car with my head out of the window because she was that stinky nasty. That was my second almost throw up. My third is my child. 1 month old, pooping. I felt like it wanted to hit the roof. And the smell was just mind-numbing. And I said, God, help me. I almost threw up. My wife ran in the room. What happened? Because she heard me screaming. I screamed. I said, oh, whoa. And she came in there. What happened? And I'm like, he pooped all over the floor. And I almost threw up. And I told her, I said, she tried to come in the room. I said, baby, wait. Because I know you said you almost threw up the other day. This is way worse. Anyway, I had to give my little baby story right there. Let's see. You missed my super chat, Dark Blaze. I'll try to get back to it. Stay up, bro. Me and the wife love listening to you. I appreciate it. Let me see Dark Blaze. Let me try to find your thing, man. If I missed it, I didn't miss it on purpose. I mixed it on accidente. If I can find you, I'm gonna do one swipe through it. If I can't find it in the archives here, I'm gonna have to go on and I'm gonna have to say I'm sorry. So I'm looking. I don't see it. I feel like I got everybody's super chat. I don't see it. I did. I read it. It said F colleges, we need more people in trade. Trade school are 1,000% better than college. I read it. You owe me an apology. All right, let me get to this music video and then I'm out. Or should I do a video about it tomorrow? I think I'm gonna do a video about it tomorrow. I'm sorry if I had y'all waiting. I apologize. I got my baby is down there and I hear him crying and I haven't eaten. So I'm gonna go eat. I love you guys. Trump 2020. Angels envy is crazy. So I just do a little bit, just to taste it, and then I'm done. I don't drink too much. Ooh. Okay. Tomorrow, I'm going to make a video about that video because what I don't want to do tonight, y'all. I don't want to be halfway reviewing that and stretching it. People been on here an hour already. I got stuff to do. So I will dedicate a video, but you need to go and watch the video. All y'all that wanted to see it, tomorrow the video will be coming out. I will do a review of that video tomorrow. I think that's it. Last reminder, 30% off of the Officer Tatum store. I am done tonight. So you better get your butt on there. All 5,000 of y'all. I should see 5,000 people come up on this thing. 5,000 of y'all, if you want to shop tonight, get on there. Get what you got to get for 30% off. And at midnight, I'm cutting it. I had the thing for 3 days. People milking for 3 days, milking your boy. But I think it's a blessing in disguise for us. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to accept it and I'm going to be blessed by it. But 30% off, Jesus Matters is the discount code. Jesus Matters. Jesus Matters, the Officer Tatum store. Get this brand new shirt. This one right here is one of our top sellers too. I just launched it yesterday. But Impeach Biden, Make America America Again. This shirt is fire. It come in 2 colors. We'll get more colors later on. But I love you guys. Go on there, get your merch. If you don't want merch or whatever, good night. I love you. I'll see you guys tomorrow on my next video. Also, I forgot. If you want my app, download my app. It's free. The Officer Tatum app on Droid and iPhone, Apple devices, whatever. Go and get the app. I love you. I'll see you on the store. I'll see you guys as you jump on there. I'll say what's up every now and again. But I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.